Matt here from Aroundsquare. Hey, happy 2026. We made it, eh? All right, so we got a product launch preview here for January 2026. Got so much stuff that's been in production and just like going through various samples, and we're gonna have a good year. We got lots of pretty cool stuff in store for you. So I'm gonna kick it off right now. The launch this month is not super deep with new stuff, but we got some really good stuff, and we're just kind of like trying to pace it out a little bit so we don't like overload any particular month. We've got actually a fair bit of other stuff that's like pretty much ready as well, but this is going to be it for this month. So I'm going to start it off with our very first black Ultim pieces that are going to be available for you, and these are our Restock Chetki with the beaver tail end. So I'm not going to smash these up too much, but these are black Ultim. So a lot of you guys have already come out and supported the Kickstarter campaign. It's now concluded, and we're doing production on that stuff. And those items in that campaign are billed as like a Kickstarter exclusive, but that doesn't mean that black Ultim is like off limits for us for indefinitely for everything. And so we are in love with this material, and we're producing stuff with it. So this is got a little bit of wax on there or something. This is the polished finish. This is the machine finish for those of you that like something a little bit more matte. I'm not going to play the polished one because I actually I've got so many sets of these Chetki. I can't just like keep grabbing them all for myself and smashing them up and then not being able to sell them. So given that the inventory is always a little bit limited, I'm not going to like get these all scratched up. I'm going to make them all available for you guys. But the weight on these is awesome. It's like such a lightweight, crisp material, and the shape and the length and the end weighting on the beaver tail ends just makes these play phenomenally well. It's a little bit like the wood sets. They're a bit heavier than the wood sets, but it's a bit like that just because they're nice and light, but they have that crisp like clackiness that the Ultim has. So just an awesome set, super pretty. The grip on the polished finish is really nice, and for those of you who don't need the extra grip and just like rely on the ends and the kind of the shape to anchor them between the fingers, the machine finish is actually just really smooth and stuff. It's a really pretty and a clean machine finish. This shape is like one of the ones that's relatively easy to get a nice machine finish on. So yeah, that's the Chetki for this month, my friends. Next up, we are going to the 10mm Milos. Now, last summer, we launched green sandalwood 10mm Milos in this kind of chef special type arrangement. They sold out really quickly, and we didn't restock them immediately. It's because we had plans to expand the range. And I decided that rather than do the conventional like short form, long form with the styles for these guys, I would stay with the chef special. We don't have, apart from the monthly chef specials, which are like, they come and go and it's a bit irregular. We don't have anything in the range. I don't think that's a permanent part of our inventory that is in this kind of chef special arrangement. So for those of you who don't know, this is just a handful of beads more than a regular short form, but we put it on a long form length of cord, so you can wear it in a double wrap on the wrist. Of course, if you do that, there's a fair bit of exposed cord, so it's not like our regular long forms, but the advantage is you get this nice amount of exposed cord, which is just really good, really good for playing. Okay, so I don't have much space here to show them off for you guys, but you guys have seen plenty of videos of me handling these guys, and I just really love the Milos bead shape, especially for bead counting. But it's just like they hang on the string really nicely. Especially for flipping around. They have that 3mm bore, so it's not like a super spacious bore, but what that means is that when you're flipping them around, God, I keep tinkling that on my cord. When you're flipping them around, they're less likely to kind of slide out of your hand and kind of just like rattle around on the cord the way something with a larger bore would. So we are restocking these in the machine finished green sandalwood. We are also doing, for the first time ever, a machine finished ebony, which I have claimed a set of these for myself. I had a green sandalwood set and I lost them when I was on vacation last summer. So rather than replacing those outright, I'm moving to the ebony, a little bit heavier, a little bit kind of a crisper feel on these beads, and just that classic look. And for the first time ever, we're adding also white Delrin and black Delrin. We're not doing the full range of color options on Delrin for these guys. I figured start with white and black, and that's like, you know, those are like always the most popular, and people who want a color can dye the white ones if they want. But yeah, at least for now, that's what we're doing. Okay, so that's our Chetki and our Ultras offerings this month. I'm going to slide over to talk about our Dloons, which are, for the first time, going to be available in the heavy metal materials. So this is my own piece here, but the fresh, pretty ones. We got brass. We got nice clean copper. We got stainless steel. And at the other weight extreme, we're adding polished Ultim this month. So we had the clear acrylic last month. This is similar in feel, except that, I don't know, I think Ultim has like a little bit more kind of warmth to the feel, and it's just got that beautiful amber color. Okay, so these guys are, I mean, this was an obvious extension for us, something that we were going to have to do for sure. I love the Dloons, and people have been really kind of raving about the shape. It's just really popular. I've just started playing with this, so it hasn't patinaed that much, but I don't know if it'll show up in the camera, but it's got that kind of blotchiness. You need to let them sit for a while if you really want the patina to cook. But yeah, eventually the patina is going to be really nice. We haven't treated these with any kind of passivation or anything, so the patina starts right away. So if you receive it and it's a little bit blotchy looking, that's the reason. We'll do our best to make sure they're nice and clean looking when you get them. But yeah, if you want this like kind of salmon pink kind of skin color type tone, it's not going to last. Sorry about that, but that's most of the people that buy our copper stuff know what they're getting into with copper, and they buy it specifically because they like how that patina ages and kind of changes and develops over time. I have a set of mala beads that I totally love in copper, and I decided that I was just going to keep my hands off of them for a week or so to really let the patina cook, because I was playing with them so much, the patina wasn't really going anywhere. And now check this out. So this is awesome. And if you look between the beads, it doesn't show up so much in this light, but there's like almost like a bluish tone around like certain parts of the edge. But then like, yeah, once you start playing with them, you get these like kind of cleaner marks where you get the pink coming through every bead, and like a little bit of just like that shine coming through. I notice it every time I pick up my copper pen, which I also love. There'll be these like little print marks where I grip the pen, and those are like lighter when I'm finished using it. I just love that kind of dynamic kind of nature of the copper material, and the way the patina changes makes it feel kind of almost like alive, right? But yeah, so this is kind of the destination. I mean, it'll actually eventually get darker than this, even if I just let it sit, but compared to the original. So yeah, copper, I love it. It's not for everybody. It does kind of tend to make your hands smell a little bit, but that depends a lot on the person. For me, I don't notice it that much, and I particularly don't notice it for whatever reason, like in a set where the patina is already like pretty well cooked. Like when I play this one, I don't smell it as much as I do with a new piece where the patina hasn't really set in. So I don't know if something about the patina maybe helps to kind of minimize that over time. But yep. Anyways, that's that. Since I've been handling those mala beads, I may as well show you the next thing that's up this month, which is a restock and a re-up on our guru beads. So that's these little guys. These are like an accent bead, but this is a 3-hole bead with a T intersection, and then the second part of the guru. So it's meant to sit like this or like this on your sets, however you prefer. And it works great for a kind of fixed length set like this. It's not designed as a sliding bead, so I don't recommend setting it up like this with a lot of slack and then like tightening it and loosening it all the time. Because of the T intersection, it is smoothed out, but it will, it's nonetheless, because of the T intersection, it will like shred the cord pretty quick if you're doing like working it in and out a lot, right? So these are meant for like something where you're not going to be adjusting the length on the set once you have it tied. Okay, so we have these in stainless steel and what did we launch them? We originally launched them in brass and titanium, I think, and we're adding stainless steel and copper this month. So I haven't grabbed clean versions of these, but these are ones that I actually had taken for my own sets, and I've just taken them for the purposes of this video. So we got the brass. This is not a brand new clean looking brass. It starts off a little bit more pale than this, so this is a bit patinaed already. But we got the brass. Same with the copper. This is already a bit darker than how it starts out, of course, especially down there, man. That's pretty cool. Anyways, so yeah, we've got the copper, and then we got tie and stainless steel. They look the same as one another, just one's heavier than the other. I want to share with you a couple of examples of how these sets can look depending on what you have them strung up with. So this is one that I've shared a bunch. This is, of course, with our new Bodhi beads, and just an example of kind of a mixed set that y'all might build over time as you accumulate a small collection of these beads. So that's a nice example right there. But then I want to show how these look with other materials and other beads. So this is with the mini sigmas on a nice red cord there. So quite like this. These look actually good with pretty much all of our beads, I think. So that one with the nanos. So I actually really like this set. Because of the length of this set, I actually realized that I can flip it a little bit, like Chetki-ish moves, and it's not anything you're going to be doing a lot of tricks with, but it actually does move all right. But I don't recommend these beads for flipping sets because it keeps the cord apart, so you're more likely to like lose one of the strands off of your finger or whatever. It's really not ideal for flipping, but for those of you that can't keep your hands still and want something with a little bit more movement, you can build a set that allows for that. And the nanos are a good candidate because they're small and light, so that they don't get too beefy, hefty when you string them up like this. All right. So there's with the nanos. What else I got? Oh, I did some same thing here with the 8mm beads. Really like this set as well. Actually, this was my my go-to set for a few weeks. Yeah. So this one actually can wear it double wrapped on the wrist. Yeah. Another set I really like is with the 10mm Milos. I just find this bead shape works really well with the Milos. I really like it. And there's a reason why I tie a lot of these sets longer than what I would just wear on my wrist. And I'll get into that in talking about the next piece for the launch here, which is this month's Chef's Special. So this is 14mm Milos titanium with a brass boss, and we're going to do this in a polished version and a tumbled version. And now these sets have a couple more beads than what we would do with a normal mala set. So you can see it's like really easy to slip in and out of the hand. So unless you've got really, really big hands, it's going to be easy to slip on and off for you. And this is my own personal set of these. The reason I've done it like this is because, just for my own purposes, I've really been loving this setup. I like the weight of it. I like the length of it. I like how easy it is to put on and off. If I take away a couple of beads, it's no longer that easy. And so what I find is like, I'll be playing with it. And then if I want my hands free, I'll just do that, do whatever I need to do with my hands and then slide it back off again. So that's kind of the idea. I didn't design this as a set for permanent wearing. If you want something that lives on your wrist, kind of more long-term, you probably want something with a couple less beads. And honestly, for most people, I wouldn't recommend the 14mm Milos for that because they're pretty chunky on the wrist. Like if you're doing anything that involves your hands or computer or whatever, like it's going to be in the way a lot more than something that's a bit more low profile. So this is really like, this set lives in my pocket or in my hand. And then if I just like briefly want to use my hands and I'm not going to put it in my pocket, just slide it out of the way, do what I need to do, and then it's back in my hand again. So I actually just haven't gotten around to switching this back to the brass. I actually prefer the brass over the tie on this set. I tried it out with the copper and I tried it out with the brass, but I kind of wanted to try all of the materials and I just haven't gotten around to switching it back. So I eventually will. Then it's going to match these chef's specials that y'all are going to get. And I just want to share this as well. Something really cool about the tumbled finish is just how it ages. I don't know if it'll show up really well, but you can see this one is so much lighter and a bit kind of rougher looking in texture. And this is just kind of that slow finger polish over time, just working the beads one by one. And yeah, we're going to be doing a lot more with the Milos sets this year. I think for myself, I've kind of moved more into doing like a lot of regular breath work. And I'm finding also like there are lots of times where I want something a little bit in my hands, but I don't necessarily want a Bigleri in my hand because it requires a little bit more concentration. And, you know, there's something, you know, as we've seen with the planks, there's something nice about having something where the idea is not to just be doing tricks with it. And there's no kind of like pressure to do any kind of skill development, right? It's like nice to just have something in your hand where there's like a little bit of movement. There's that kind of tactile feel, a little bit of sound. So it's very satisfying and it's more kind of low key, kind of peaceful. You know, you're sitting in a meeting or something. It's less distracting to other people if you're just kind of clicking through something like this rather than like flipping a set of beads, right? So I've been really like personally benefiting, getting tons of mileage out of just the straight up Milos sets. And so I've kind of committed to doing a lot more in the space this year. I'll show you some examples at the end if you stick around of stuff that we've got prototyped. But before I do that, I want to share a couple more things. We've got some restocks happening this month. So finally, we've got a new batch of the Picador Bolero. We only did beach for the restock this time because I am simultaneously working on a V2 for this little unit, which is going to be like, you know, minor changes, but I wanted to like as quickly as we could get the restock going for the version 1. It's going to be a couple months still before we have a version 2. So if you missed out on the first round and you want one of these, we got these, and we added a word mark this time around. So that was something that I just like overlooked in the first production. I was too psyched to get it going and totally forgot about it. But we didn't make that mistake this time, so we got the word mark. And yeah, beach is like, it's the least expensive of the materials that we had, and it's also like probably the player favorite for a lot of people. I've just like heard feedback, especially from kendama players, how like cushy the beach gets once it breaks in, and just how it kind of like helps to stick the stalls and stuff in such a nice way. So I'm happy that we're doing the beach. We're also restocking our planks in Delrin at long last. So we got all the colors except blue for the planks. And then for the demi planks in Delrin, we are restocking those as well. And we do have the blue. The blue planks just had some like weirdness happening on the edges, like almost like kind of a wood grain color variations, which is cool, but it's like, it's also irregular and it doesn't match any of our other Delrin stuff. So the factory is redoing the blues for us and we'll get them ASAP. Okay. So that is the Delrin planks. And then we've also got something new. We've done some bundles in the past, like our triple threats. And then late last year, we introduced like an EDC bundle and I think like a desk bundle or something. This month, we're introducing a colored Delrin bundle. Okay, so this is the blue example. So it's going to have a chef special style setup of the Commons MKUltras. It's going to have a set of restock Chetki. A set of Bigleri, and I'll talk about those in a moment, but like hardcore shells, Bigleri, and a pen, okay? So that's the blue example. Here's the yellow example, and you'll notice it's a different set of Bigleri. We've got same ultras and same restock, and we've got the chaos pen as well, okay? And then I don't have the full set of green or red here, but I've got a couple of pieces just to give you the idea. So the thing with the shells here is that we are making it a random pull from our Delrin Bigleri options. Okay, so you could get a set, in your bundle, you could get a set of Everyman hardcores, Titan hardcores, Modern Standard hardcore, or the Boss hardcore, or one of the Titanium and Delrin mini Hydras sets. Okay, so any one of those four, you can request if you want a specific one, and if we've got the inventory, we'll do it. But part of the bundle is just the kind of dealer's choice on what Bigleri set you get, unless you make a request. And it's not like a luck sack in this case. It's more just we've got all of the different options, and rather than taking the bundles and multiplying the number of options by 5, and then you have this like huge drop down you got to deal with. We're just making it our choice. And if you have a specific request, then request away. All right. So yeah, that's it for the product launch stuff this month, guys. But I will include a couple of teasers. I actually want to share this. This was actually a Christmas present that I got, but it was a set that I was like coveting online, and you can see these actually look a lot like our Milos beads. But it's pretty wicked. It's got like 24 karat gold inlay, and then this is also 24 karat gold. So this is like pretty spectacular. But I gotta say, man, we had to buy this piece separately, and it was such a bugger to get threaded. And it didn't come with cord either. So I ended up using our 1mm Kevlar cord to string this up. But it took me like an hour to figure out how to get this thing set up. Anyways, I did manage to get it done, and I really like this set. So this is camel bone, and just sharing this as an example of something from another brand. I can't even remember what the name of the brand is, otherwise I'd shout them out, because it's pretty dope. But camel bone is a material that we are exploring as an option for beads for production for this year. We don't have anything in the queue quite yet. We don't even have any samples to look at. But it's one of many materials that we are looking at for new options for you guys. So I'm sharing that, and just like, this is just like I said, I'm sincere when I say I've been getting into the Mala sets and just like using the heck out of them. So the fact that this was a Christmas present is, I hope, will kind of lend a little bit of a bit of a vouch for the authenticity of that comment. All right. Share with you also this guy here. So this is our Eaglewood beads that we use on our Posvanok Chetki, but we've done a mini version of the Guru. This is just 3D printed right now, but I'm really digging that. So you can imagine that probably at some point this year, there's going to be some options. I'm pretty sure we're going to produce some of these guys. We're still waiting for quotes, but I really like how it looks. And the size just kind of fits. Again, this is now the thinner cord. This is the 1.7mm Kevlar with these smaller wooden beads. So that's likely to be an option later this year. A couple of other designs that we're working on. Got a round 20mm Boss. So this is another 3D printed sample. So I'm pretty stoked on that. I think we're going to probably do some of those, and exploring other options, different shapes and things as well. Just to, I really want to kind of build this out as a whole line where there's like mix and match kind of options for people. So I don't know yet what kind of configurations, what types of beads we're going to use for any of these guys, what materials we're going to do the actual gurus in, but we're definitely exploring options there. And I got one last 3D printed sample that I'll share with you. And this is a new banjo, which is like upsized. And I'm like, I can't wait to get the samples of this done in metal, because this is kind of like the, if you imagine our hollow Deadeyes compared to the donuts, this is almost like the banjo version, but like super cushy rounding, extra thick, and a little bit wider than our standard banjos. So these are going to have some really nice weight when we do them in metal. All right. So yeah, guys, that's it for this month, including a couple of things to look forward to later in the year. Couple of reminders off the top of my head here. We've got our photo contest going on over at invisiblecollege.com right now. So this is the AO2 bug out. Just snap a photo, post it there in the gallery, and our friend Nate and I are gonna choose winners, probably one winner this month, and we're gonna just keep repeating that every month. Winner's gonna get a $100 gift certificate for our shop, and yeah, all you got to do is just post a photo. It's a pretty low barrier to entry on that one. So hope you guys get involved with that, and we'll have other events coming up throughout the year as well. I've got in addition to our 3 kind of usual contests that we do, I've got a couple of other plans for kind of community activities that I'd like to get going this year. And so, yeah, make sure you guys connect online. Oh, dang, something I forgot. We're also doing a round of painted notebooks this month. Huh. See, you get something if you stick around to the end, you find something out. So this is one of the painted notebooks that we did in the last launch. I claimed this one for myself, but we're doing a whole round of them. I've started the process. I haven't finished. These take a lot of time to do because you have to, the way I do it, I do a single swipe of paint, and then you got to wait for it to dry before you do the next one. So, each one is kind of a painstaking process that is nothing that AI could do for us. It's just kind of that slow analog development. And I think they're pretty striking, definitely unique as far as notebooks go. And I use these as my daily notebooks for journaling, for meetings, for jotting down ideas, for designing products. Anyways, that's it, guys. Okay, see you all online, and I'll be back again next month, if not sooner. Okay, cheers.